Hello everyone, it's Ryan from Xteam. It's Sunday, which means another review of The Last of Us HBO. Today we're making a review of episode 2 of the series, Infected. I recommend watching the episode first and maybe episode 1 too, because this video will contain all kinds of spoilers. Let's begin. We stated in the previous review that this series is the most faithful adaptation. However, in this episode, they strayed from the game, but they still stay with the nature of the game. They did not change the theme, but they changed the scenarios, and added new scenes, of course. The Last of Us Episode 2 brings many of the game's memorable moments, from the flooded building to the museum filled with clickers. We'll talk more about clickers later in this video. As I have also said in the previous review that I didn't like Tess's acting, evidently it did improve in this episode. She really did a great job. My preview of her has changed. On the other side, Joel in the series doesn't feel right. Unlike the game, he has a weak personality. It just doesn't feel like it's the Joel we know. I don't know, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts about Joel in the comments section down below. And for Ellie, she is nailing it. I like the quirkiness she has. She had multiple, let's say, hilarious scenes. The one at the start of the episode where she pretends to be infected, and the one in the flooded building where she rings the bell and starts talking to herself. She also had some amazing scenes in episode 1. She's acting really good in this series. We didn't see much actors in this episode because the whole scenario is based on the 3 we have listed. At the beginning of the episode, we saw something new from the games. In the previous episode, we heard in the radio about Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, and that it has a disturbance.
Jakarta. Where is that, Middle East?
Doesn't ring a bell. It's definitely a country, or maybe part of Asia.
Jakarta isn't a country. Being a part of Asia isn't mutually exclusive with being a country, and in fact, it's the capital of Indonesia.
Therefore, the new thing we saw in this episode is Jakarta. It starts off with scenes in Jakarta in 2003, before the current events, and at the beginning of the apocalypse, a professor of mycology examined a corpse that was bitten from another human, probably the first infected. She saw that cordyceps, a type of fungi, has mutated in the dead body. Previously, she said that cordyceps cannot survive in human bodies. She's amazed by that, because there is no medicine or vaccine for these fungi. She ordered the general to bomb the city and everyone in it. Then the intro starts and we are back at Boston at current days in 2023 with Joel, Tess, and Ellie. But damn, the prologue of this episode is horrifying. Let's go back to the clickers and zombies in general. The first encounter of the clickers was in the museum while transporting Ellie. They look identical to the game, but it's in real life. They got the same voice, look, and power, which they can't see but they can hear. The interaction between the 3 with the clickers were breathtaking. In the game, when a clicker touches you, a scene appears and you're dead, but in the series there is interaction and cinematography. After finishing from the clickers, there was the wooden bridge scene.
Alright. Now watch your step as you're going.
Yeah, I know, it looks scary.
That was scary. This is wood.
Is that everything you hope for?
Jury's still out.
But man, can't deny that view.
But man, you can't deny that view.
Same as the game, with the same dialogue. It was performed well this time, unlike the killing time scene that we saw in my previous video. For zombies, they look cool with some fungus all around them. They run fast and they think. I'll show what I mean by think later in this video. This episode's duration is 52 minutes and we're nearing the end. The three went down from the building to the headquarters where the soldiers were dead. By the way, the reason they are on top of a building is that the normal passage is blocked by a lot of infected. So they went from building to building. After reaching the headquarters, Tess was in a rush for escorting Ellie. The reason is that she was bitten from the clickers. She revealed it to Joel after Ellie caught her. At the end, something strange happened. One of the dead bodies in the headquarters had risen from the dead because a tendril touched him. Yeah, in this series, tendrils exist. There was an unused voice line from The Last of Us that hints at tendrils. Let's listen to it.
Tendrils.
What are those things? The fungus. It grows these tendrils. The smallest touch and they snap back like a whip. It can break your arm. Oh, awesome.
Joel killed the infected, but that wasn't over. For some reason, after the tendrils touched the zombie, all the other zombies they had passed by, traveling indoors, had risen and they were running toward the headquarters. Tess told Joel to take Ellie to Bill and Frank, whom will be revealed in the next episode, and she will make sure that the zombies don't follow them. Because she is infected, she decided to burn the place, including herself, when the zombies arrive. The headquarters was filled with oil and grenades, and she had a lighter. What happened in the end left people in confusion. Let me roll the scene for you. What the hell just happened? The zombie fed Tess with cordyceps from his mouth. I don't know why they had to make her death erotic. That doesn't mean the scene was bad, it just left me in confusion. Probably the zombie knew that she was bitten and he wanted to speed the transformation process. I really don't know. And by the way, this scenario was different in this scene. In the game, Fedra came to the headquarters to catch the three, while in this episode there was no Fedra, only zombies. One of Joel's best friends is dead. He took Ellie and escaped. That's it for today. The series is becoming better and better. I will watch and review the rest of the episodes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.